Now we are going to learn the different methods of preparation of colloids. Colloids can be prepared by three different and important methods. The first method is called chemical method. The second method is Bredig arc method or electrical disintegration method. And the third one is peptization. Now, let us learn the preparation of colloidal solution by chemical methods. There are four important chemical methods included in your syllabus. The first preparation is the preparation of arsenium sulfide salt. Arsenic oxide on treatment with hydrogen sulfide undergo double decomposition to form arsenium sulfide salt. Second preparation is the preparation of sulfur salt. Sulfur dioxide on treatment with hydrogen sulfide undergoes oxidation to form sulfur salt. The third preparation is the preparation of gold salt. Here, gold chloride is treating with formaldehyde in presence of water. It undergoes reduction to form gold salt. The last preparation is the preparation of ferric hydroxide salt. Ferric chloride on hydrolysis, we will get ferric hydroxide salt. The second method of preparation is called Bredig arc method or electrical disintegration method. This method is used for the preparation of colloidal solution of noble metals such as gold, silver or platinum. In this method, two electrodes of the given metal are immersed in a dispersion medium taken in the beaker. The whole setup is placed in an ice bath. An electrical arc is struck between the metal rods when the electricity is passed. This intense heat vaporizes the metal, which then condenses to form particles of colloidal size. The last method of preparation of colloidal solution is called peptization. Conversion of a precipitate into its colloidal solution is called peptization. During peptization, we are shaking the precipitate with a dispersion medium in the presence of a small amount of electrolyte. The electrolyte used for this purpose is called peptizing agent. In peptization, we are breaking the bigger particles of precipitate into smaller ones which are in colloidal range. Here, the precipitate adsorbs one of the ions of the electrolyte on its surface. This causes the development of positive or negative charge on precipitates, which ultimately break up into smaller particles of the size of a colloid. Purification of colloidal solutions. Colloidal solutions usually contain the impurities of electrolytes. The presence of electrolytes in smaller concentration stabilizes a salt, but their presence in larger concentration destabilizes the colloidal solution. Therefore, it is necessary to purify the colloidal solutions by removing the impurities of electrolytes present in them. There are three important methods for the purification of colloidal solution: dialysis, electrodialysis, and ultrafiltration. An important method used for the purification of colloidal solution is dialysis. Dialysis is a process of removing a dissolved substance from a colloidal solution by means of diffusion through a suitable membrane. The apparatus used in this method is called a dialyzer. It consists of a bag made of parchment or cellophane. The bag is filled with the impure salt to be purified and is suspended in a tank through which pure water is circulated. The impurities of electrolytes present in the salt diffuse out of the bag, leaving behind pure salt in the bag. The most important use of dialysis is in the purification of blood in artificial kidney machines. The dialysis membrane allows small particles to pass through it, but the colloidal size particles, that is the hemoglobin, do not pass through the membrane. Electrodialysis. Dialysis is a slow process. It is made faster by electrodialysis. In this method, an electric field is applied using metal electrodes. Under the influence of electric field, the impurity ions move faster to the oppositely charged electrodes. Electrodialysis is possible only if the dissolved substance in the impure colloid is an electrolyte. The last method for the purification of colloidal solution is by ultrafiltration. The pores of an ordinary filter paper are large enough to allow the passage of both impurity particles as well as colloidal particles. However, if the pore size of ordinary filter paper is reduced, it can be used for separating the impurities from impure salts. This is achieved by treating an ordinary filter paper with a collodion solution, followed by its hardening by dipping it in formaldehyde. Ultrafiltration is a very slow process. Pressure or suction is applied to speed up the reaction.